Good evening, good afternoon, welcome to another live stream. And with me, as always, just on my side here, we've got Glenn, back with us again.
Back once again. Yeah. Hi. How are you? I'm all right, Tom. Yeah, I'm good.
Talk over each other for a little bit and then we can crack on. We were talking earlier about how long we've been doing the live streams, and I didn't realise we've been doing it over a year.
Yeah, March of last year, which I didn't think it was that long ago, but yeah. There we go.
I left all the live streams up, but they're all sort of still live on YouTube. But I didn't know whether to just like package them off somewhere and clear a bunch of the old ones off. But I don't know, do people still look back through at them? I can't see many people look at the older ones.
Well, as you know, I looked back through them earlier, and I was looking at. I played one of them, which was let's see if I can get that up. Oh no!
Yeah.
Oh look, I'm so young and fresh.
Hoodie.
Oh dear. Yeah.
I need to change. I need to spend some money on some clothing. But anyway, let's see who we've got in with the chat and say hi to people. We've got. I'm going to skip Jerry's because he jumped in early. So just said me too.
Me too.
I didn't really skip him. I've just included.
It's a movement, Jerry. It's a movement.
We've got Lynn in the other room with us. Good evening, Lynn. Hello, everyone.
Hi, Lynn in the other room.
Tiring day eating and socialising. It's so tiring.
We've had family round all day. It's been quite a last minute rush.
That sounds horrible.
I wouldn't recommend it to anyone.
How was it for you? We've got Jeremy with us as well. Hey, Jeremy. Hope you're well.
Hey, Jeremy Carr.
Cam Cinema. Good evening, Cam. One entire camel is with us as well. He's drinking green tea right now, but always down for a cup of Yorkshire tea. Because I mentioned
Yorkshire. You can't beat Yorkshire tea. You can't beat Yorkshire tea.
Slipknot fan with us as well. Hey, Slipknot. Hope you're well. Jerry Chia. Hey, Jerry.
Hey, Jerry.
Ethan Schneider. Good evening. Hope you're well.
Evening,
John
Ethan.
Robertson back in the house. Evening, Phil and Glenn, and all watching.
Evening, John.
Hi, gang. Hey, Ace Mick. Hope you're well. AJ Pink. Good evening.
Evening, AJ.
Sir Meows a lot with us as well. Good evening, Sir Meows a lot.
And to the letterboxes, as always.
Johnny the Carrot Head. I'm working, but we're on in the background.
Okay, that's fine.
I need to talk up. NT03, Nick. Good evening, Nick.
Hey,
looks like an interesting topic. Well,
I thought you were busy tonight, Nick. Are you not busy tonight? Tell me where you are tonight, Nick. I thought you were busy.
John the Movie Man with us as well. Hey, what's up?
Hey, John.
Northman on Friday. Unfortunately, the movie wasn't the greatest. Which edited Phil.
Arrow to the heart.
Made it worth it. There we go. You can hear me a lot before you see me as well. And if you recognise my voice, which I hope you do. Hey, all from One Entire Camel. Michael Williams. Good evening, Michael.
Hey, Michael.
Hope you're doing well. And we're about there. Nicholas Dickens is with us as well. Good
evening,
evening,
Nicholas.
30 watching and only 6 likes. Hello, everyone. Hope you have had a great week.
I've all had.
I didn't have a bad week. I've had a tiring week. But yeah, anyway, we're not here to talk about that. But we've got Big Jace with us as well. Good evening, Big Jace. So, I don't know what you wanted to kick off with, Glenn. What did you want to kick off with? Do you want to go for pickups? Do you want to go straight into topic? Do you want to talk about any physical media announcements or anything like that?
If you want to go with pickups, it's going to be a very, very... No, it's not. We did get things, didn't we?
You've got a couple of things, yeah. I think we
both did. Have you got them with you? Because I haven't.
Yes, I put them to hand just in case.
Okay.
So, we can jump into thing on there. But Jeremy's just mentioned the mustard chair is also with us. You know, if you ever get that recovered, Glenn, I'm going to have to do a separate video just for either the live stream or the folks that watch on here, just to show the process of covering it and the utter.
Oh, I'll do a video. I'll do like a time lapse of the fabric being stripped off and me crying and then new fabric going on, and we'll make a big thing of it. Don't worry.
Yeah, Nick's coming up with reasons for why he's there. It was busy earlier opening Steve's late birthday gifts.
Well, I was just checking as to whether you were still there, Nick. That was all, because I was going to wish Spud happy birthday. But
Anyway, without further ado, we will jump into the live. And then I think we should jump straight into our pickups and purchases of the week. If you like, you want to sing that one like that? There we go. So, pickups for the week. I've got two things through, which I think we probably all knew what's coming. And I don't know if you were the same, but yeah, I went for the double bill of Jason Goes to Hell and Jason X from Arrow Video. And I've plonked these in the machine. No, I haven't. They've arrived, but I've not had a chance to open them up and have a look. But they do seem particularly stacked with extras and things. So I'm quite happy about that. Now I'm looking forward to revisiting them, particularly Jason X. I love that. It's cheesy as hell. But I've got a real soft spot for Jason X. What are your thoughts? Have you got anything to add on these?
No, I mean, like I say, it saved me getting them off the shelf because they were identical to what I got. Yeah, I was talking to Nick about them actually earlier in the week because he doesn't watch horror movies and not into horror whatsoever. But I showed him the clip from Jason X with the cryo fluid.
Yeah, the face.
Yeah. And then smashes her face into the counter and what have you. But no, not his bag.
No. No, not even a slightest bit of interest.
No, I don't believe so. He might come on here and say otherwise, but I doubt it very much.
Yeah. Has anyone else?
Yeah, I'm looking forward to going back through them again.
Yeah, I'm looking forward to digging into the extras on them. To be honest, I mean, I want to see the unrated cut of Jason Goes to Hell, and obviously dig through the extras on this quite a bit. Has anyone else picked these up, or what else has everyone been picking up? I'll come back around to that in a second. I'll jump onto the comments now and have a look at it. Got Mike, just before I do, Mike's with us as well. Good evening, Mike.
Hey, Mike.
Just want to say evening to all whites live. I'll be watching on Monday, as I typically do while working. Have a great stream, guys. Mike, if you're still here, if you want to drop any of your physical media favorites for when we're discussing them later, then yeah, drop them there and we'll try and swing around and add those onto the conversation. Jeremy, morning this will. But pre-orders coming next week and week after, I believe.
Nothing this week, that will be. Morning rather than morning this will.
Possibly. Big Jace, I didn't bother getting those. I've got those on the one disc US release, I believe. Yeah, I've got them.
Bill's also got them as part of a box set, but that didn't stop him.
Dirty double dipper.
Terrible. Dirty boy. Dirty.
The Jason movies. I like the Jason movies.
Okay.
Some meows are like no purchases this week, though I would have bought Lilo and Stitch on 4K if they would sell it in store. Checked 2 different days and 2 different places, didn't even have a spot for it.
Oh dear. I'm really surprised at that. With the new movie coming out, you'd think they'd be promoting the hell out of that.
Yeah, that was out on Friday.
Right, okay.
So I'm surprised they've not stocked that anywhere. So yeah, Jeremy, I like Jason X. I think it's great. It's funny.
I love Lamp, Jeremy.
Lamp.
I love Lamp.
AJ Pink, never seen those before. Worth checking out. It's a strange one. This is because I've followed the franchise kind of all the way through, so familiarity with the character and how cheesy the films are is sort of acceptable to me. But if you're fresh to the franchise and a new viewer, then if you watched them on their own, you'd be completely thrown off. I think you need to know the franchise pretty well to get the most from them.
Jason X is, I mean, it's ludicrous at the end of the day.
Yeah,
it's Jason Voorhees in space. So, I mean, what more do you need, really? Jason Goes to Hell the Final Friday was very divisive. And I remember the first time I watched it, I wasn't really into it because it takes it in a very different direction.
Yeah.
But I think, it's a definite rewatch for me, and I need to go back to it and kind of take it in more. I feel like the second time I did watch it, because I knew then what was coming and what to expect, I enjoyed it a lot more. So I'm looking forward to going in again.
Yeah, Camcorate Cinema. I purchased the standard Blu-ray of Nora from HMV after the 4K digipack from Amazon turned up damaged. I hate digipacks.
Oh.
Yeah, I'm not the biggest fan of the digipack, to be fair. I'd rather have a nice solid case now.
A hard case.
Or a hard box. Slipknot fan. Wow, Jason Goes to Hell is great. Yeah. I've not watched it for many, many years, I don't think, that one. But I will do again soon. Jerry Cheer, pickups coming this week. What Lies Beneath, Memories of Murder, Law Abiding Citizen, Biscuit Tin. Companion, all 4Ks. Companion's not had a physical release in the UK at all.
Not yet. No,
I've not seen a Blu-ray, not seen a 4K, and it's been on digital on iTunes for a number of weeks now.
I think I saw a Blu-ray announced, but that was it. I don't think there was a 4K announced.
Strange.
As per always, I'll have a quick look while you're scrolling down the comments.
Yeah. AJ Pink got Throne of Blood from BFI this week, and that's it. I've not seen that one. If it's worth watching, let me know.
Just the blue of Companion for the UK.
So there's a lot to thought about online order. Haven't yet. I just really thought it would be in stores. That's the Lilo and Stitch 4K.
Yeah.
If you are ordering, I've dropped some links below for both Zavvi and Rarewaves. So if you're checking things out, if you use the links, it goes affiliate, whatever, and I'll get a little bit, which will go towards helping the channel. So any shopping, if you Zavvi or Rarewaves, then pop a clink down below. A click link.
Clink.
Woody with us. Good evening, Woody.
Hey, Woody.
Glad you're well. NCA, Nick, and now really like reality-based, could actually happen type films. Write off whole genres of films, sci-fi, fantasy, space, etc. Serial killer films are fine. American Psycho, black comedy.
Yeah, we have disagreements as to whether American Psycho is a black comedy, as he always black comedy, it's black comedy, and won't admit to it being a horror in any way, shape, or form, because that destroys his whole argument of not going anywhere near the genre of horror.
What about Silence of the Lambs? That's kind of
to horror. Nick, horror is stalk and slash, and that's it. And I keep saying to him, there's so many subgenres of horror, including American Psycho. But you know, you can't argue with an idiot. Anyway,
Connolly, love Big Arrow. Excuse me, love Big Arrow sets. My favourite. Yeah, the Arrow sets are generally have been generally pretty good on extras and things like that, but I don't think recently they've been as strong. Personally, Jared Cheer Companion is available from Amazon in the US. Yeah. I think I lingered over the import and saw the price and thought, no, it's not worth it really at the minute.
Well, our go-to kind of import place is Wow HD, isn't it?
Yeah.
Let's see how much it is.
Nicholas Dickens, been loving the ending of Andor this week. A very good drama. No physical media this week, but I got a digital copy of Made in Manhattan for my partner. My partner.
Yeah, I was just about to do the exact same thing. No, it's for my partner. Stop it.
Was that? I'm not going to go into that anymore. Woody, a bit late to the party with pickups. 2 Blu-ray for me. A Lamb with Numi Rapace and Cow were my purchases.
So only farmyard-related movies this week.
That's what I was just thinking. Yeah. So, Big J's, tell a lie. It was a German Warner Brothers release.
Oh, for Friday the 13th movies.
Yes.
Okay.
Yeah. Right. And I think we're more or less wrapped up the pickups on that, have we? Do you think?
Yeah.
So let's move on. Yeah. Topic of the week, anyone?
It's the topic of... I'm not singing while I'm on the screen.
Oh, okay.
While the thing's up, that's fine.
Yes.
Other than that.
I'll just grab this just before we move on. A couple more comments drifted in. Cam Create Cinema. Boutique home videos are also great for US imports. I go through them.
Okay. Good to know. No, I haven't at all.
Yeah. Nicholas Dickens, throw my hat in the ring. Love the masterpiece. That is Jason Takes Manhattan. You are the one. You're the one that likes it.
Thank you. I do like seeing Jason striding down. Oh my God. What's the big little barrier in New York? Why is that Times Square?
Yeah.
Gee, that went out of my head. I love seeing all that aspect. And I love him punching that dude's head off. You know, who's the boxer, and he's like getting a few jabs in, it's glancing off Jason's mask.
Yeah.
And then Jason just hits him once and his head comes clean off. I mean, Nick's on about not watching anything that's like based in reality. Come on.
Sorry.
What was that?
It was, another link. But anyway,
okay.
Now that we're on the topic of the week, I kind of kept it simple for this week. So we're all going for our favourite physical media discs.
Yeah.
And I kept this kind of vague because I was interested on what people's approach to it would be, what matters most to them in a release. So I was interested to see if people would go for movies or extra things on the disc. That's why I've sort of kept the title a little bit vague. So, because I've left it vague, I think some of my picks could be quite strange in a way. So I'll show you mine if you show me yours. Do you want to kick off, or do you want me to kick off with one?
Mine was very, very last minute, kind of run around and grab a few bits to kind of what I've had all week.
You've known about this for a week.
I know. I just said that. I'm aware. But, you know, sometimes you hope something dramatic will happen in the week and you don't have to do these things. But no, I've got no excuse.
No pressure.
No pressure. So, I've kind of grabbed a few things, and they're based on artwork, extras, various different reasons for these things to be here. So I'll go with the first one. This is the second copy of this that I've had, because I did have another Australian import. Now, I know these are divisive movies. What, have you picked it up as well?
Keep going.
Well, it was basically for the 4.5 hour documentary.
Yeah.
Rob Zombie did. Have you done the same?
Yeah. Oh.
Yeah.
I can't reach. Yes.
I had the Aussie import. This is Halloween 1 and 2 Australian import. But I was very pleased to see that Michael Lives was on there, the 4.5 hour documentary, because it is just a proper warts and all documentary on the making of the movie.
Yeah.
And I like the fact he put like a diary entry for every single day, whether things went right, things went wrong, they were rained off. There was various different factors, but it was a proper good look at what goes into the making of a movie.
Yes.
And I loved it for that. So for that reason, I pulled that out, and randomly, as did you.
Yes. I 100% agree with this. I had the Australian import. I can't remember if it was DVD or Blu-ray that I had of the Australian version. But yeah, that 4.5 hour making of was at the time only available on that Australian disc, if I remember rightly.
Yeah, well, I had the Australian Blue just of the single title, so I think that's what you had as well.
I think that was the only place that you could get it for quite a long time. I think in the US, this may be the first time on a Scream Factory release that documentary was available. But again, the movie I was not blown away by personally. I wasn't the biggest fan, but that documentary on here, it just provided so much value in the disc. It really did make for me, it made some great watching. I love watching the behind the scenes stuff. I love seeing how things are put together and the problems that happen on set and everything in between. And, you know, to get a 4.5 hour documentary on a movie, it's incredible. It's an incredible look. And if you're into that sort of stuff, if you're into the behind the scenes, how it's made, the problems on set, the trouble with some actors, it's all on here. It's fantastic look behind the scenes. It really is.
I think that kind of it's so random of all the films that we have. Can I just clarify that myself and you didn't talk about this in advance. You said the other day, do you want to keep it a secret? I said, yeah. It's just we can make it a surprise. How random we've chose that. But it is a great documentary. It's a proper, it's not always each bit isn't that overly exciting, but it's purely to show that, you know, it's not all excitement on a film set, and sometimes things go wrong. And like I say, I think there's a couple of days where they're rained off and then something doesn't arrive, so they end up having to put things back. But it's just a really good warts and all documentary of the making of a film.
Yeah, absolutely. I think it's great. Anyone interested in the slightest in movie making, then 100% recommend seek out that documentary. 100%.
Do it.
I'm going to go with a choice now.
Go on then.
Because I don't know if it's going to be a movie that you've picked or not, but I'm going to do it anyway. One of my favourites all-time discs was the Laserdisc for Scream. I've picked this because it was my first foray into collecting or buying media on a disc format. This is sort of a jump up from VHS, and then I suddenly had a digital format on disc, and it was Laserdisc. But the reason that this stuck out for me as one of my favorite discs, it's one of my first ever experiences of on disc extra features and things like that. It's the first disc that I've owned that had a director's commentary on it, and from that it just stuck with me. I've listened to the commentary like 2 or 3 times, and it's the unrated, is it unrated or director's cut edition of it, which is just unavailable anywhere else. I think, I don't know if somewhere like Japan might have it. It's only an extra 20 seconds or so, but yeah, it's uncut. It had an audio commentary on it, and it got played quite regular when I had my Laserdisc player. It was a fantastic, fantastic disc. Obviously now we've got all those extras on DVD, on Blu-ray, on 4K, but this sort of speaks to me a lot because it was my first real experience of, it literally speaks to me, of an audio commentary or movie extras in that way. And yeah, I think from then, extras became a massive, massive selling point of a disc. And it was a great audio commentary as well. It was really insightful.
It really was. Yeah, it was. It really was.
So
it was something I owned many, many moons ago. I did. I sent you the picture, didn't I, of all the horror Laserdiscs that I sold, all in that one hit.
Yeah,
and they were a thing of beauty. But
have you still got a Laserdisc?
This prompts my next choice, then, doesn't it? Really,
I know
the one and only Laserdisc I own. And I
move on. Any comments on the Scream choice
from me?
Yeah, or you just like
no, not at all. I nearly took the Blu-ray off the shelf because it's just. I mean, it's the only film we've done an actual watch-along to at this point because we both love it so much.
I think actually Jeremy did mention earlier when I was talking about how long we've been doing the live streams that he would like another watch-along on there. I can't find his comment now. Sorry, Jeremy. I just remembered you commented on that and I skipped it. I skipped you, Jeremy. I apologise. But anyway, carry on, Glenn.
So the only Laserdisc I kept, which I did present probably a few months ago or so, my Evil Dead 2 blood red pressing, which, you know, I've kept for many reasons. A, I love the artwork. B, it was the disc itself, which is, like I say, a blood red pressing, which I can't get out the sleeve now. Because you've got your finger on it, Glenn. There we go. There's beautiful blood red. But yes, it did. Somebody got it signed for me. They knew Scott Spiegel. So, Glenn, this blood's for you. Groovy, Scott Spiegel. There we go.
Who's Scott Spiegel?
In my collection. Sorry.
Who's Scott Spiegel, Glenn?
Producer of Evil Dead movies, amongst many other things.
There we go. And something about that disc.
A producer of a movie we were in, Phil.
Yes, absolutely.
Scott Spiegel. But yeah, I've kept that, A, because it's signed, B, because the blood red pressing was just a thing of beauty.
Yeah.
There was also one that I wished I'd got and I didn't get, which was Reanimator one, and it was lime green pressing for the solution, which I wish I'd have got as well, and I'd have probably kept. But
I think one thing in my mind that sticks out about the Evil Dead disc, if I remember rightly, I think you had it when I visited your place once, and you were showing me the behind-the-scenes extras because I didn't have it at the time, and and that was something that stuck out to me, that these features could delve into such detail behind the scenes. I didn't realize anyone did anything like that. When you got the effects guys at KNB, Nicotero and Kurtzman and all of those showing the effects that they worked on at that time.
When you look at the fact, we've talked about this before, when you've got extras now and it's kind of like fluff pieces where it's the guy that repaired the catering truck, happens to go, I thought it was quite a good film. You just don't need it. And then you've got something like this. So this had 30 minutes behind the scenes, and then the audio commentary track was Sam Raimi, Scott Spiegel, Greg Nicotero, and Bruce Campbell. I mean, you don't need anybody else on an audio commentary other than those guys for this film. I mean, it was a perfect thing, and one of my favorite films of all time.
Amazing, isn't it? I'm gonna pick another from my pile, and then I'll jump through the comments, and we'll hear from some of the audience because they've sent videos through for what they
looking forward to it.
This is I want to say this is one of my favorite discs, but I've not actually watched the disc. And let me just move this around. I'm getting a bit of glare. There's reasons I've not watched it, but it was The Man of Steel, the Blu-ray. I think this was Blu-ray. This was the limited edition.
And Snyder picture-in-picture thing.
Yeah, my memory's going to slip now, but I think the US version was the only one available that had the particular extra on there, and it was called The Journey of Discovery, Creating Man of Steel. Watch the movie with Zack Snyder as he shares the incredible journey to reimagine Superman. Now, it sounds quite basic, but this was literally, you would play the film and it would sort of break away to Zack Snyder stood next to the picture talking through it, and he'd be showing storyboards, he'd be showing interviews with the actors, he'd be showing behind the scenes, and it was a fantastic watch. And it never, to my knowledge, got released on disc in the UK. The UK version had, I forgot what it was called at the time, was it Flixster? But it had digital copy with Flixster or something like that, and you redeemed it, and then you could watch this Journey of Discovery documentary on digital. It never actually came on the disc. It was all digital. So the disc that I had to watch the documentary through, I don't know if it was iTunes at the time, or there's another platform I used to use as well. But yeah, that's where I had to watch it. And the US release was the only way you could see it on disc or have it on disc. So I went from that and I got the American release, but I've watched it a couple of times, and it's a fantastic extra documentary thing. The picture-in-picture and the splitting away to show the behind the scenes or pre-visualization. This is the flosser, I can't speak. But yeah, it's a great documentary. Have you watched, of the documentary, have you watched it?
Yeah. I did have it. I had that tin. I didn't have the box. I bought it secondhand.
Yeah.
But yeah, I watched it. I loved it. And like I say, it was when companies tried hard to actually please the fans. But it 9 times out of 10, these things come about when the filmmaker is a film geek, a film nerd, because they know what people want in that respect. It's not just left to a company to go, we'll give them a featurette or something.
Yeah.
And it needs that filmmaker to push for what they want to expand upon what they've created.
I think as we go through what we're talking about, I think it's very evident which directors have an absolute passion for capturing things like that and providing those for the studios. I don't think it always happens for the studios. They're just not interested in taking that further. And I think there's a lot of stuff that's perhaps not lost, but kept in a vault somewhere because the studios just aren't interested in trying to add it to the disc. They may do over time, but yeah, I think some directors have probably been shut down. No, not interested. We just want to put the disc out. But anyway, before you get on with another choice, I'm going to jump into the comments. Comments. Sorry, I'm trying to find where I got to now. So thanks for covering that up, Glenn. Jeremy, transfers.
No, Jeremy.
No. You've got to explain why, Jeremy. You've got to explain why.
No, he doesn't. He doesn't need to explain why. He just needs to drop it. Okay? Just drop it.
AceMac92, Blade Runner is my all-time favourite disc. I like to.
Yeah.
Have you got a decent Blade Runner edition? Oh, I lost.
No, you know what? I've only got the 4K of the final cut, and it's got next to nothing on there extras wise.
Oh man.
Yeah. I might need to expand on that.
I've lost track of which the best edition is to have. I remember buying it on a HD DVD with like 5 different cuts, and then it was onto Blu-ray. Then there's another edition, then there's a briefcase edition, and then it just got all a little bit confusing as to which had what. And I don't know what version I've got anymore, to be honest. Yeah,
I mean, for me, the final cut is the one that I enjoy the most, and I think that's why I went for it. But it like I say, it's disappointing. I think there's a featurette on there at most. It's pretty rubbish, really.
Yeah, Michael Williams, get that Scream Laserdisc framed and stick it on the wall. Great artwork. I have got a bunch of Laserdiscs framed already, but they're just not on the wall. Not yet. But yeah, I will be working on doing something with them because I love that disc and I do think it's great art as well. Jeremy Carr, need another watch along. And Big Jace, Bank Holiday, Howard the Duck watch along. No. We'll see. It's got to be something we're familiar with, I think.
Yeah. So not Howard the Duck and not Trancers is what you're saying.
No, we could do one that we've both not seen and just try and get through it.
Yeah, we could. It'd be awful watch along.
Yes.
So what's happening next? I don't know. I've not watched it either. Oh, great.
Hi, John Elton with us as well. Good evening, John. Antonelli Piello. My favourite discs off the top of my head are Akira, Ghost in the Shell, Your Name, 47 Ronin, Alita, Battle Angel. It's very anime heavy on your choices there. Are they extra? Is it just the films, Anthony, that your reasons for being the favourite discs, or is there other things on there that are worth a look? We will see. Real Phil. The Real Phil.
The Real Phil?
Yeah.
The Real Phil with 1L.
My most expensive 4K is Bringing Out the Dead. Cost me 170 Canadian dollars.
Wow.
Has that gone out of print? I've seen. I was
I'm
looking
for that amount of money.
Huh?
I'm guessing so for that amount of money.
Yeah, I remember looking for it at one point and struggling to find stock. I don't know if it was just a printing issue or if it was a limited run. I'm not sure. Cam Create Cinema. Lord of the Rings Extended Editions, 2002 DVD release. So many extras.
Again, Peter Jackson, this is what we're saying. You know, filmmakers that are geeks as well, they understand what people want.
Yeah. They really do. It's they are great extras on there as well. It's not just about the movie. Some of them follow the actors on their shenanigans offset as well.
Yeah,
which makes it interesting from another aspect.
I mean, Peter Jackson again. I think you've mentioned it in the past, actually, where we were talking about the King Kong Diaries.
Yeah. So while we're at it, one of my other picks.
Go on then. Oh, what could it be?
It was the King Kong Diaries from Peter
Jackson. The King Kong Diaries. Oh, okay.
Yeah. This one, it didn't. Thanks, Glenn. I didn't want to get to this yet. Yeah, again, it's directors that know exactly what they want. So I wanted to lead this into a whole Peter Jackson thing, but you've just walked all over that now.
Yeah.
But yeah, I think it's a great amount of extras. It was a 2-disc set containing 54 individual production diaries from Skull Island to New York over 3.5 hours of behind-the-scenes footage. And I mean, this thing, it's on, I believe it's on one of the newer 4K or Blu-ray releases now. But at the time, I picked this up and it was a dream to be able to pick up a documentary series like this that could just sit and dig through everything behind the scenes day by day and see how they put it together. It was a really, really cool DVD. And yeah, I need to have a look what version it's on now, but I'm sure they carried it across onto either the Blu-ray or the 4K version of it. But yeah, they did this individual release. I can't remember if this was before the release of the King Kong movie on physical media, when it hit the cinemas. I can't quite remember, but yeah, I thought it was a great release, and it goes hand in hand with the quality of extras through most of Peter Jackson's work. The Lord of the Rings, the Frighteners one that I just got through, that's got a massive documentary that I've not quite dug into yet. But yeah, it packs his stuff out, and really looking for it. I just wish there were better editions of a couple of his other movies, because I'm absolutely positive that he would have a ton of footage from anything that he's worked on, purely because he just loves the process.
Well, if Arrow would actually pull their finger out and release Bad Taste, which was the rumour from a long time ago,
yeah,
that they were releasing that, I'd love to see his stuff for that.
Yeah, I agree. Anyway, I'll move on from Peter Jackson for a moment. So Meows a Lot, my favourite physical release I have, the Criterion 15 Godzilla Shower Era Blu-ray collection. Great artwork for each film with the page of written info about the film and behind-the-scenes information.
Nice.
Kill Shell. What makes them amazing for me is when Zavi order gets sent and my wife says, hell, another £100. What's wrong with you? You fool. Romance right there.
Love the way you edited that down. You fool.
Quick on my feet, wasn't I?
Very good.
Here has the 5-disc Blade Runner set. I think that's the one I never ended up picking up because I had the HD DVD, and then I'd never bothered picking up the Blu-ray.
Can you get that on 4K, or is it just the final cut?
Not sure.
Have a quick look.
I'm going to move on just while you're looking. Pop Culture 33. I love the Godfather disc. Cases suck, but the fact that you get every extra from DVD to 4K, love it. Nice. Yeah, I think they need to. It bugs me when the new releases don't include the older extras.
I don't know why they don't just port everything over and just be done with it. It's there already. Why faff people around?
Exactly. Jeremy, I want some more likes on the stream, considering how many viewers there are. Thank you, Jeremy. I'd like that too. But...
yes, we all would, wouldn't we?
Yeah. Yes. Pop Culture 33, Real Genius 4K. Love the fact the slipcover and case artwork are different. And that's something else that's I don't get. Why do they put the same artwork on a slipcover and the main cover? They could do something with that. Pop Culture. Memento DVD. The case is like a file and plus menu Easter egg. You can watch the film in chronological order.
Yeah, they've never really done. If you remember with DVD menus, you'd have to kind of. I feel like the Fight Club one and stuff like that, where things were highlighted with titles, it'd be like, well, if you go down to the third one and then you press right, it will highlight something else on the other side of the screen, and that's a hidden extra and all that kind of stuff. They never do that with Blu-rays.
No.
Why is that?
It was the Terminator 2. There was a code that you had to put in at some point to be able to access the extended edition on one of the very early DVDs. It was, I think you had to put the Judgment Day date in or something like that, and you would get the extended director's code.
I feel like there was, this is going to be a really bad story because I can't remember what it was, but there was one that if you left the DVD menu running, because they obviously used to have like a, let's say they run for a minute with music type of thing, and then it'd kind of like reset, wouldn't it, and start again.
Yeah.
There was one that if you left it like 3 times, it opened up something else. I can't remember what that was. But like I say, I can't remember any Blu-ray that's ever done anything like that.
No. I can't either. I think
you need to move your camera over a bit. You're looking more and more like you're in heaven.
I can't move it any further around that
way.
Okay.
That's made it worse.
Try moving it that way a bit, but apologies. I did get blind through the other day, but I found that because it's angled roof, I couldn't get it to stick at the bottom. Did not send the right fittings through, so didn't work. I've got to think of I had to cover it up with paper, but anyway, yes.
Anyway.
Back to the comments. Joshua Connolly, Doctor Who series 1 to 4 box set. So many extras. Nice to finally watch the series in full HD. Nice. Ace Mac. My favourite TV disc is True Detective season 1. Just doesn't get any better. I'm trying to think of TV shows. I actually picked any TV shows out from this lot.
No, I mean, when you think about a really, really good season of television, True Detective season 1.
Yeah.
You know, 2, 3, and 4 just have not lived up to the class that was season 1.
Yeah.
Unfortunately.
That's fair. Big Jace. I also have the 5-disc Blade Runner set. I put it into steel tin box that the DVD set was in. There we go. There's Jeremy Carr telling me off for skipping Kill Shill's comment. Which one? Which one? I'm losing track, Jeremy. I'm just not quick enough.
I don't think you did. I think you just took the swearing out, didn't you?
Transfers was awesome in 4K. 101 Films did a good one, or do a video for it. Just got DaVinci Resolve editing software. There we go. Was that the one, Jeremy? The Transfers
was awesome in 4K. Yes. I mean, no, you know, you've not watched Transfers either, have you?
No.
No. So we can't judge. We can't judge.
Ethan Schneider, I love my Exorcist 4K box set. Nice. Was that the one that went out of print pretty quickly? That was it a coffin or something like that? Oh, or the Bible or some special edition?
It was a Bible, wasn't it? That sounds right.
I can't remember.
I think it was.
Yeah. Meows a lot. All the classic Doctor Who Blu-rays are great. So many special features.
So when was it Meows a lot that said about Doctor Who season 1 to 4, or was that somebody else? Sorry,
I can't remember. I'm not flicking.
Are we literally talking like the original season 1 to 4 from the start? So the old black and white ones.
I've no idea.
Intrigued. I'm just intrigued that if the BBC have actually made effort with something.
Slot Professor, why do we in the UK not get Blu-rays with 4K on new releases? Yeah, I can't argue. I can't answer. But I agree. I think we need both of them again.
We do. It sucks that you just get a 4K disc now.
Yes. Kill Shill. Sorry, we can't swear on here. Apologies.
No. You can swear by all means, and on the odd occasion we do the odd swear word. But
go ahead in comments. But I try to avoid vocalizing it because it can affect monetization, properties, and things like that. So I will try to avoid reading them out where possible. But obviously, I can be fooled quite easily.
I mean, if you knew the pair of us in real life, you'd realise we're both quite potty-mouthed.
Yeah.
So this is quite difficult from time to time to keep it PG.
Yeah. There we go, Jeremy. Glenn, season 1, 1963, season 1, 2005. That's the different ones on.
Gotcha. Okay.
Yeah. Joshua Connolly, I was talking about the release of the more recent ones as they got fully remastered in 2023 with lots of extras. It
was you, Joshua, and not Literature. Meows a lot. Sorry.
Pop culture. Black Sails TV show. Surround sound is amazing. I truly think I am on the beach or out at sea. Yeah, I've never watched that through. I think I watched the first 2 or 3 episodes, but didn't get any further. So Meows a lot. The classic Doctor Who 1963 to 89 Blu-rays box sets are very well done. All special features from the DVDs are on, plus many new special features.
Like I said, I don't know why when there's been extras on DVDs and what have you, they don't just port them all across. What is their thinking of it? Is it just literal kind of space on the actual disc itself?
No idea.
No, idea. Answer me, Phil.
I'm not answering you.
Answer my very technical question.
I wasn't particularly listening to you, so I can't remember.
Well, you never do.
No.
The amount of times I watch this back and I'll see you saying something and I think, I just said that 10 minutes earlier.
Yeah.
But you're too busy reading through the comments.
Doing my job.
Doing your job.
I love the Lionsgate pull-off see-through slipcovers with a design on like the Reservoir Dogs' bloody ear. American Psycho also has a cool one. I like the way things look on my releases.
I think you just like pulling things off, Nick. Let's leave it at that, shall we?
I just think that the ways to ridiculously price steelbooks, really, aren't they? These slipcovers. They
Now then, let's just put the boot in on Nick a little bit while he's here and listening, and while he's watching.
Yeah.
So he's referencing these where you kind of have the steel, and you've got, like, for the Reservoir Dogs, the ear is printed on the plastic sleeve, so that when you lift the plastic sleeve, the ear comes off with it, type of thing. American Psycho is where he's got the face mask on, you know, the beauty mask type thing. So when you lift that off, that kind of peels that off and things. Nick leaves everything sealed, so he'll never experience any of it. Absolutely pointless. Yeah, Nick.
Still sealed, you say?
Still sealed. Oh, the cellophane kid that is Nicholas.
I'm going to blast through a couple more comments, and then I'm going to get to some videos that people have sent through with some of their favourites as well. I've also got some more of my favourites down by the side of me here as well. So, and I hope you have too, Glenn.
I have, and I'm willing to bet there is one that we've both gone for.
Potentially. Dutch Film Buff is with us as well. Good evening, Dutch Film Buff.
Hey, Dutch Film Buff.
Nicholas Dickens, Slot Professor. Studios cheaped out and also screwed up the discs on some releases. I believe Robin Hood Prince of Thieves was the last big one that messed up. I'm not sure what the issue was with Robin Hood. Can curate cinema. Wayne's World 1 and 2 DVD double pack just because it's a childhood favourite, really.
Yeah, why not?
I watched Wayne's World, the first one, so much when I was younger. It was frequently rewatched, and I don't know if I could watch it again today. I'm not sure. Quinn Davis, what do you guys do with movies you purge? Do you sell them or swap them in a store or just toss them? I tend to, I'm
ready to go. That's where mine normally go.
Yeah, trade in for credit, and then it kind of swaps out for another title, doesn't it? Some of mine I've got on eBay or have been on eBay. Some will go to CEX. If they're not worth a decent amount, then off to charity they go. Nicholas Dickens, I think it's the cost of the extras being submitted for classification again.
Oh, right, okay. Why things don't get ported across?
I think for the UK that could be a reason. Dave Simon H just said for new extras, there's the BBFC submission cost excuse, but old extras not sure why they wouldn't just port them over. Yeah, Big Jace, the Lone Ranger behind the scenes Blu-ray disc in bonus features highlight Army. It's one of the cheats. To make the Rangers badge appear.
What?
Press enter for outtakes.
For that film, that seems like too much hard work.
Yeah,
to be honest.
It does. Right, I will.
It sounded more like a cheat code for like an old computer game.
Yeah, I will pop back to the comments in a moment, but I want to get to. So last week we did say for anyone who watches the live stream or subscribes to the Facebook page or the channel, I gave the topic out and invited you along to share some of your favourites. So I have some people who have sent them through. So would you like to see one, Glenn?
Yes, please.
It's the first one we have.
My favourite pieces happens to be Arrow Video's release of Faster Pussycat Kill Kill. I find all their releases for Russ Myers' films are beautiful and uniform, and I love this one not only because it's my only boutique release at the minute, but also because I got it for a really cheap price and now it's skyrocketed. But that's not the only reason I like this. I love this film in general. It really portrays, women as ruffians and domineering and in charge in a time where they weren't meant to be seen as it. All of Russ Myers' cinematography does that, and it is amazing. And, it's packed to the brim with special features, which I adore. You've got that Go Pussycat Go featurette on here, which is an amazing documentary, very poignant, released, not long after Russ Myers had died, and not long before Tura Satana passed. And I find that makes it so much more poignant. And honestly, there's only like one or two more things I wish could be done in relation to this film. One, a Blu-ray release, and two, for Russ Myers' estate to stop being so stingy with them. I'd love to see more releases of these films because they really are something brilliant. But thanks for watching.
So thank you, Ryan, for your choices on there. And it's a choice for a movie that I've not seen. Have you seen any of the Russ Meyer movies?
I've watched bits of Russ Meyer movies.
Yeah.
Take that as you will. I mean, yeah, he had a certain style to him and certain things that he liked. Yeah, but thanks, Ryan. I liked it, and I liked. It was almost like the room was going to blow up unless you got through it really, really fast.
Yeah, I kind of said to try and keep it under a minute, so that might have been my fault. But yeah, I like that it's coming back to as well, not only the love for the movie, but the love for the extras, for learning more about the movie and things like that. And it's our sort of passion about the movie making that really comes across to our favourite discs are because of. And it's not always the picture quality, it's not always the sound quality, but it's those extra features. It's learning about the movie. It's the movie itself. And this is what's making the discs that we love. It's not about having that 4K version all the time. It doesn't particularly matter. It's the content that's there. And I think as we're discussing these titles, a lot of what I'm getting, it's all about the content. It doesn't matter that Jason X is in 4K. It matters that I love the movie and it's got the great extras. The 4K doesn't really matter as much. Yeah, I don't know where I was going with that, but yeah.
No, but I think if we'd given Ryan 15 minutes, I think Ryan could have talked for 15 minutes about that movie.
Yeah. It's like we could.
It was nice to see the passion about it, Ryan. It really was.
Yeah, absolutely. Absolutely. So has anyone else in the comments, have they seen any Russ Meyer movies or a fan of Faster Pussycat Kill Kill or anything like that? Let us know, and I'm going to have a flick through in a second, and then we'll get someone else's video in a moment as well. Well,
if you highlight Dutch Film Buff, owns the entire UK DVD set of Meyer films, 18 movies. I didn't know he'd made 18 movies, if I'm honest.
There we go. I can't see the comment that you're talking about.
It's about 10 from the bottom.
There we go. There we go. No, I haven't. Sorry, I can't find. There we go. The Film Buff. I own the entire UK DVD my films, 18 movies.
Yeah, I didn't know he'd done 18 movies. He was quite a character, wasn't he?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Nick used to love watching Russ Meyer films as a teenager on Channel 5. Maybe why I like well-endowed women to this day.
Oh, Nick. Lowering the tone as always.
Jerry Carr, I can't say I have, but Ryan's enthusiasm makes me interested.
Oh, I think everybody should watch at least one Russ Meyer movie, surely.
I've never seen one. To
be honest, you've only got to look at the posters and you'll know whether you're going to like the movies or not.
Yes, I think quite possibly. Jump back, see if I can find where we got to on the comments as well. Chris Gill, the missing special features is such a pain. Lord of the Rings Hobbit 4Ks are annoying because you have to keep the Blu-ray around for the appendices, etc. When they could chuck the old Blu-ray in the box. Yeah, I'm not sure how they compare, but the digital copies of the Lord of the Rings extended ones, they're quite stacked with the extras as well. So I don't know if there's more included in the 4K digitally than there is on the disc. So I don't know if those Blu-ray extras are on the 4K digital or not. But yeah, Slot Professor, I've not got good enough 4K setup yet, but wanted to cover myself by buying 4K with Blu-rays. Yet now I might have to get imports instead. Yeah. Kill Shell, has anyone on chat and our lovely potty mouth host seen The Coffee Table? My God, it's eye-watering.
No, I keep reading reviews about it, but yes, I've not seen it yet. But sounds like it'd be my bag.
Yeah, I've not read much about it at all. It's Arrow are releasing it, aren't they?
Yeah,
they are. That makes me nervous when it's a movie that I've not heard of and Arrow releasing.
Yeah, I mean that always worries me ever so slightly because there was things like The Stylist and things like that I also thought, oh, that sounds quite interesting, but actually wasn't all that much. But yeah, The Coffee Table sounds intriguing. I don't know if I'd go out and pay. I don't think I'd blind buy it, if I'm honest. I think I'd wait further down the line, maybe even do a digital purchase on something like that.
Yeah.
Arrow tend to churn out most of their stuff at like $2.99, don't they, on digital?
Yeah. I think they're up to $3.99 now digitally, but yeah.
Oh, right. Okay.
Anyway, the Dutch Film Buff, to answer the question in the title of this stream, I'm just grateful for all the releases of non-mainstream movies on DVD and Blu-ray from the last 25 years, as Atoichi Warner Noir Wahlberg Gangsters says. There we go. I think, we do have some great releases now, but I think there's still a lot that are kept under lock and key, but I think some of them are being eased off slightly because the deals with, I forgot the company name, but the guys that were holding on to like Hard Boiled and The Killer and things like that, I think they've eased off a lot recently. Yeah. Kill Shill, 64 people watching. Wow. Jerry Carr, 63 people watching. Oh, we've lost one somewhere. We've lost one
just like that. Yeah.
29 likes. It just doesn't add up like this stream.
It'll be Lynn. Lynn will have just gone, I can't bother with this.
Slot Professor. I really wanted Doom Prophecy and Fallout, but the prices are disgusting.
£40 for the Doom Prophecy 4K, I noticed.
The TV show do seem expensive at first, don't they?
Yeah. And to be honest with you, I saw it out there for that kind of price, and I was like, it's disgusting paying that kind of... They're sat on Sky. I need to just actually...
Watch them.
Yeah. Then see whether I actually like them.
Nick, don't worry, I've watched all the unboxing videos. I know what's going on in the sealed boxes.
Lol.
Dear Nick, with these fantastic sleeve steelbook things, the way with the pictures on them, do you actually display them, or do you literally just see the spine on your shelves? I was just wondering if you got anything from that as well, because a lot of people will go mad for the artwork, but then it just sits with the spine showing, and it's just the artwork's just worthless.
He's got limited display space at the moment, but at some point he's going to have the craziest collection out on display that you've ever seen in your life, and he'll need to start doing his own channel, I think, to show it all off.
I'd like to see that. So there's a nice take from Ryan. Lots of information quickly. Great radio from Ryan, from Nicholas. Jeremy says, great job, Ryan. There we go. And Kill Shill, is he being ironic filming that in front of a Barbie poster?
I noticed Barbie poster and Barbie t-shirt.
Yeah.
It was double Barbie.
Kirk Redgate, thoughts on Tokyo Vice series 1 and 2? I've only watched the first season, but I really, really enjoyed it. And I enjoyed it to the point that I bottom.
Not tonight, thank you. Okay.
I bought the book that the TV show was kind of based from, the guy's writings from his experiences. So I've got that to read and the second season to watch, but I've been really digging it. I've really enjoyed it. And it's made me want to go back to watch Heat again, because the Michael Mann connection, and read Heat 2 as well. Which, I thought it was a great show for the first season anyway. I don't want to see more. There we go. Sorry, just flicking through the comments again. While I'm flicking through the comments and trying to find myself, I don't know if you want to throw up another option that you picked out, Glenn.
I can do. This one is based more on the artwork rather than anything else, to be honest. I mean, it's a good disc. It's a good film. It's a director who I really enjoy all of his stuff. Aside from a documentary he made, which we have talked about, that it's an acquired taste. And that's Night in Soho. You're right. I didn't go for this edition when it was announced because it was more expensive. I just thought, I'll just go for the standard one. And then I really regretted not getting this artwork because I love this artwork to the point where I can't remember the artist, which is really bad of me to say that now, because I actually have a poster of this artwork that I got from the artist.
Yeah.
Because I love the artwork so much. It is a great disc anyway. It's got Edgar Wright audio commentary and behind the scenes and things. but it was more the artwork. I think that's beautiful, beautiful artwork. Very, very nice indeed. But yes, a director I love as well.
Oops.
Oops. Oh, yeah.
That was meant to go up earlier, but
Yeah.
Anyway,
Thank you, Patrick.
On the comments again now. Mentioned, I'm excited to go see Final Destination in the cinema. Love being able to get out and enjoy a movie. Yeah. Me too. Kill Show. Second Sight have released a lovely box set thing. It's disturbing. The prequel to the tea set is probably better. I'm not sure what that was. Was that the coffee table?
Oh, is that to do with the coffee table?
Yeah. Chris Gill, I've actually got The Lord of the Rings on iTunes, and you're right. That is absolutely stacked with features. Nuts that the physical just doesn't, and only contain the 4K disc. Apple TV is the way to easier watch them. Absolutely. I think Apple TV, if you've got an Apple TV box as well, the quality, that's pretty bloody stunning. John Connolly, all of my Arrow box sets are all lined up. I love the posters, even though I never end up putting them up. No one, I don't think anyone does. I don't know.
Nobody does. Nobody does.
No, don't worry about that. I'm going to move on because Jeremy sent us through. I'm going to have to dig out my phone because he sent a long message. He indicated to do a video, Glenn. He just said,
I wanted to see Jeremy Carr in action.
I know, me too.
You know, and not just on his OnlyFans.
But we've got Jeremy's picks. So we've got From Beyond. We've got Godzilla versus Biollante. And we've got Street Fighter 2, the anime edition. So I'm just going to pull up his message so I can read through it and get his reasoning why. So
why don't you do a video, Jeremy?
Yeah, Jeremy, why didn't you do a video?
Are you hideously disfigured, Jeremy? Is that what it is? I mean, if you are now, I apologise for the comment, but if you're not, you should have done a video.
He said he's not at his habitat at the moment, but anyway, 4K release of From Beyond by Vinegar Syndrome. It has 3 discs. The film looks and sounds amazing. It's loaded with every archival feature from the previous VHS, DVD, and Blu-ray release, plus new features. Didn't get it on release day, so no slipcover. However, for the price, it is. I was surprised how much content I got. And following on, the Criterion Collection release of Godzilla vs. Biollante 4K. It's 1 disc. It has all previous and new features. It's just unfortunate that there isn't many features, nor was there ever. The sound quality is great. However, the picture quality blew me out of the water. Keep in mind, the movie was released in 1989. This is by far the best looking 80s film I've ever seen on 4K. I know Godzilla is not for everyone, but this looks like you're actually there while watching. Very good. Sorry, I'm just skipping some of it, Jeremy, because this is quite lengthy. Yeah. And the 4K of Street Fighter 2 anime movie by Discotech. This is one I remember having on DVD. It's actually DVD or VHS. It's one I picked up, a manga release in the UK. But anyway, it's 4K disc. Similarly to Godzilla one, this is the best looking as well as sound animated film on 4K. It's not only packed with all VHS, DVD, Blu-ray features from all previous worldwide releases, it has 9 different cuts of the film with your choices of the Japanese and English audio tracks. It's the most definitive collection of the film I've ever seen anywhere. As much as I love these 3 films and had them on previous formats, they are not in my top 10 of films, although going by single film releases, not franchise box sets or TV, these are the greatest releases of all time as far as looks, sound, and amount of features, price, you name it. With physical media collectors, content is king. So there's Jeremy Carr's picks. Have you seen any of these or interested in any of these?
Well, From Beyond I've seen, and From Beyond I own. I love From Beyond as well. I've realised why Jeremy didn't do a video. And that's because we asked for 1 title and he's pushed his luck with 3.
There we go.
That's what it is. That's what it is. Unbelievable. Yeah. That was really good though, Jeremy. Thank you.
I felt the Street Fighter film, I do say I remember owning at one point or another, but it's one that I never got around to replacing. But I know I enjoyed it, but I can't remember anything about it.
Okay then.
Should I check it out again?
Should you?
And anyway, with other people's choices, I'm going to go on to our very own Big Jace in a moment, who sent some across as well. So,
Hi, Phil and Glenn, and everyone watching. This is Big Jace. This is my favourite collection, which is the Arrow Bruce Lee set.
lovely, lovely Arrow.
I'm not going to do
Golden
all the
Harvest
individual
box set.
titles because you obviously know what they are, but that's the top one in my collection. Thank you.
Beautiful.
This is one that you were tempted by as well, wasn't it?
It was, yeah. I fought shy of it because I was in that mood of I had to be realistic as to what I did actually watch. And anytime I go back to a Bruce Lee movie, I would think 9 times out of 10 it's Enter the Dragon.
Right, yeah.
So I was just I fought shy and kind of didn't go with it.
Yeah.
Yes.
That's a shame. I didn't pick it up either.
I'm disappointed Big Jace didn't start with, "Hi everyone, it's Big Jace." But other than that, Big Jace, I liked it.
Yeah, it's a good look at it. And with Big Jace's choice, I'm going to pick another one out. Not necessarily. I don't know if it's a favorite. I don't know if it's a favorite disc, but I really love the extra feature that was on here. It was Easy A. I know I've spoken about it before, but this did a pop-up trivia track on it, and I really loved watching it. It was had the audio come playing, and it has pop-up trivia as you're watching the movie, so it'll bring up facts like, if you're watching the movie, you'll notice that we placed an orange in every scene because of, and it would pop up every time one came up on screen and things like that. And it was just a really interesting, unique feature, and it's one of my favourite little features that I've seen on a disc, to be fair. And I think it's a pretty solid movie, to be fair, as well. Well, you've seen the film, haven't you?
I've seen it, yeah. I wouldn't go as far as pretty solid, but it's an enjoyable film.
Yeah,
I mean, it put Emma Stone kind of on the map, really, didn't it?
Yeah, I just really like the extra on it, and I wanted to give it a shout out for that because it's not many of the studios have ever really done a pop-up trivia thing like that before. I don't know if it's an experiment or something they'll try again or not, but yeah, I find it really unique and interesting. So there. Yes. Guys,
I'm sticking with it.
I'm losing track on the comments as well, so apologies if I'm missing any comments on here. But Joshua Connolly, all of my Arrow box sets are lined up. I love the posters. Even
Had that.
This is what I mean. I'm losing track.
Yeah.
Dutch Film Buff, the stupidest thingy I ever bought was a US release of Big Lebowski on DVD in the shape of a bowling ball. Looked great on the picture. Was so disappointed when it arrived. Small plastic ball. The disc just fitted in. It was trash.
Yeah, there's been a few little sets like that. I mean, Big Lebowski had one that had a little cardigan kind of wrapped around it, didn't it?
Yeah.
Was that the same one where it was a bowling bag as well?
I think that was a different one.
Or was it? I don't remember, but I remember the cute little cardigan thing set over it.
AJ Pink has used a poster before. I put up one poster from my Paris, Texas 4K.
Check you out.
Nick, as Glenn says, limited space. Need a USA kind of house. I do display some, and I have a little pound shop, wooden easels, and some releases are sat on them that face forward. So some on display. Jeremy, drop the StreamYard link next stream and I'll come up, cam up.
No, let's not go too far, Jeremy.
Ooh. That's inviting trouble.
Yeah. Well, it's inviting Jeremy. So that's the same thing.
Yeah. Michael Williams, with Aliens being my favourite film, had to grab the Aliens expanded Blu-ray 4-hour documentary with all the new interviews with the cast. Highly recommended to any Alien fans.
Excellent.
I think the Alien box sets have been quite epic, to be fair. I forgot which box set I've got here, but I nearly picked that one out because the stuff on it is pretty great. I think
pretty great. It's pretty great.
Yeah.
Pretty great, man.
AJ, I heard Jeremy's been saying he should replace Glenn on the live stream next week.
That's fine, honestly.
Jeremy got his yellow chair ready.
Yeah.
Big Jace, apologies for the sound. Sounded louder on my phone. I don't know if it's my editing software that's adjusting the sound, to be honest, Big Jace. I should have remembered about that, but I've had to adjust my YouTube videos to pump the sound up. I just didn't think of doing it for that. Joshua Connolly, love the Bruce Lee movies, especially with the English dub. Super silly, but really enjoyable.
It does add to it, for sure.
Yeah. Dave Simon, you might want to boost the viewer vid's audio level a bit. They're fairly quiet. Yeah, it was too late for me to adjust anything, unfortunately. But the good thing is, the next video that I've got from a viewer, there's no audio on it, so we're going to talk over it, Glenn.
Are we? Okay.
Yes. Jeremy, Big J, so I was trying not to be biased. Also, as much as I love Howard the Duck and Trancers, which are my top 10 movies, those 3 films look and sound better and have so many more extra features. That's fair. I'm going to pick another one of my favourites, being as the Easy A one was kind of a weak choice.
It wasn't a weak choice. It wasn't a weak choice.
See, the thing is,
it's a poor choice. I wouldn't say weak. I mean,
I've picked a bunch of stuff up here that I want to call them my favourite discs, but they're not my favourite discs because them discs are gone because they've been superseded by these new ones. So something like, it was the extra features again, something like Tremors. I had the Universal release, and that had an epic documentary on it, which I absolutely loved. It's been ported across to this one, which clearly I've not checked out yet. But that was a great one. It's like The Thing as well. The audio commentary on The Thing, it was terrific. It's so funny because you're listening to John Carpenter and Kurt Russell just get absolutely smashed through doing the audio commentary, just getting drunk as they're doing it. It's a fun time. This one's absolutely loaded. But again, I've not with this one open because there's been other editions. But one I wanted to get to was, I forgot about this till it came on the stream. UK has got this on the release, but the Urban Legend disc. This was from Scream Factory. It was really bloody good, this release was. Not the best movie by far. It felt like a Scream rip-off to me when I first saw it. But this is another one, when they've gone back to the director, Jamie Blanks, and he had a ton of footage and a ton of behind-the-scenes stuff that he put together and made a feature-length documentary on the behind-the-scenes of Urban Legend, and did some retrospective interviews and things like that for it. And it was a great documentary and a great look at making of a subpar film. It made this pickup worthwhile. If it was just a movie only, I'd kind of regret it, but the extras on this are absolutely fantastic. Have you checked them out? Because I know the disc is more or less replicated by
the 88 Films one.
Yes, I was going to say 101, but it is 88, isn't it?
Yeah. No, I've not checked it out yet. I did actually rewatch Urban Legend's Final Cut, the second one.
Yeah.
Can I just point out at this point that I did pick out 5, which was what we said we were going to do.
Yeah.
Even though you've clearly picked out about 29 different titles. Okay.
Yeah.
Your show. Clearly, that's how it works around here. One rule for one, different rule for Philip.
Pull another one out then, Glenn. What else you got?
I'm going to go for Grindhouse.
Oh, nice. Yeah.
I'm going for Grindhouse because I absolutely adored what were, at the time, fake trailers in between.
Yeah.
Which obviously since then, Machete and Thanksgiving have been made into movies. They're the only 2 out of those that have been made into films.
Yeah. The other one was Werewolf Women of the SS.
SS. Yeah. Which is the movie that I would love Rob Zombie to make. If I won the lottery, I think I'd finance it so it actually got made. Just see Nick Cage as Fu Manchu more than anything. But so on the disc, so you had all of the trailers and stuff. But then you also had the making of the trailers as well as an extra on the other disc, which I really liked. Plus, you got great commentaries and things like that. But I absolutely do. I mean, they randomly put Hobo with a Shotgun trailer on it.
Yeah.
But yeah, really good disc. The Edgar Wright thing.
Of course.
That was the other one that was on there, wasn't it? Yeah. Which he said he'd never make into a film. But I'd love Rob Zombie to make Werewolf Women of the SS for sure. Yeah. But good set, good disc, good extras.
Yeah, one of the directors from Grindhouse, obviously, Robert Rodriguez, he was one that sort of kicked off on the extra features as well. And I've included From Dusk Till Dawn sort of within this because there's that great documentary that came with it, the Full Tilt Boogie.
Yeah.
But Robert Rodriguez with his extras, some of his stuff on across his discs are really, really good. And I can't recall which disc had which extra, but there's one that had a behind-the-scenes tour of Troublemaker Studios in Texas. He did his 10-minute cooking school things, which were just completely unrelated, really, to anything else. But he still just did that little bit extra, chatted about making movies, cooked a little bit of food, and I was really engaged with it. I was really loving those sort of extras where they just put in that little bit more effort or personality. Or
was the tour of Troublemaker Studios, was that on Alita?
I can't remember. I think he's done a couple of them before. But yeah, it might have been because he takes you through and he's got his own green screen area and things as well, isn't he?
Because it was 10-minute film school, then that became 10-minute cooking school, didn't it?
Yeah.
But no, he always, but again, it's the filmmakers that are geeks. The filmmakers that are nerds appreciate what fanboys and fangirls will appreciate and will love.
Yeah, absolutely. Have you got any others picked out there?
Have I got any others picked out? I'm kind of coming to a bit of a crescendo with this, really. But one that I always bring up because it's, you know, one of my favourite movies of all time.
Yeah.
I think the 4K transfer of it as well is exceptional. The colours and the definition and everything is just beautiful on this disc.
I've not checked it out on 4K.
No, you haven't, have you, at all? No. It looks amazing. It looks the best it's ever looked. But it's also got the documentary on there that Vivian Kubrick, Stanley Kubrick's daughter, filmed while they're on location. And that is just so... It's such a casual thing because it was Stanley's daughter. She was just wandering around the set and filming, and you know, the chatting to Jack Nicholson before he's going down to do a shot and stuff. And
I think it was the.
I just need to brush my teeth before I go down to set. Do you want to come and watch me brush my teeth?
Yeah.
So next minute she's in the back, then he's just brushing his. I think really fresh breath before you're doing a scene is really important. And it was just silly things like that, but it's such a nice. There's nothing superficial about it.
Yeah,
it's just an on the set making of, and it's really well done. But the transfer on this is exceptional. So please watch it if you haven't.
I think what was probably nice about it as well, her doing that documentary, is just how accepted she was by the other actors. She wasn't seen as a member of a crew doing a behind-the-scenes thing. It was Kubrick's daughter. So the behavior.
Yeah, none of them went into kind of, I'm an actor and I need to present myself in a certain way kind of mode. It was just they were themselves throughout.
Yeah.
But yeah, again, an amazing 4K transfer.
Kirk Redgate just asking, mentioning Kubrick is my second favorite filmmaker of all time. The Shining documentary is awesome. Have you seen Stanley Kubrick boxes?
I recently traded in my big Stanley Kubrick box into the EX.
No, the documentary Stanley Kubrick's boxes. It was.
His underwear, you mean?
No. They went through his warehouse of all his research boxes and things like that.
Oh, okay. No.
Yeah, it was
very recent then. Is that very recent?
No. It's. I bet it's getting on 15 years or so ago.
Really? Wow.
Yeah,
I'm ashamed to say I've never heard of it.
I don't know if it was the BBC or Channel 4. Let's have a quick look because I'm interested when it was now. Sorry.
It's okay.
It's on YouTube. A couple of people have posted it on YouTube. If you look at Stanley Kubrick's boxes, but it was a 2008 documentary. I think. Sorry, I'm relying on 2008. I was relying on Wikipedia. I can't see who it was, if it was BBC or Channel 4, but July 2008. So
I'll try and track that down. Unless somebody can say where they're.
It's on YouTube.
Oh, excellent. Okay. Job
Stanley
done.
Kubrick's boxes, and you should find it there. It's really interesting, from what I remember, anyway.
I'm sure I will.
Yeah, Jeremy Carl, Glenn's the only person I've heard talk about The Shining 4K. People have either say it's really good, or I bought it but I haven't watched it. Finally, some information. I've been holding off.
No, it's a beautiful transfer. It really is.
Oh, you need to do a review, Glenn. Send me out a lot. Glenn, thanks for the Shining 4K recommendation. Was on the fence. We'll add it to the pickups list.
Do. It's well worth it.
I think it must be one of those releases that kind of slipped through the YouTubers that normally cover that sort of stuff. Just bypassed it or skipped it for whatever reason by the sounds of it, because normally they'd be on it for a new release.
As we know, and there's one upcoming as well. It's always been about the biscuit tins, hasn't it? Of it.
Yeah.
Not the actual film itself, but what biscuit tin it's presented in. So
yeah. Slot Professor. I don't know why, but most of John Carpenter's films are so rewatchable. Many of them I've watched multiple times.
Yeah.
Same here as well. The Fog I've watched numerous times. Biggest rewatch must be Halloween, or Big Trouble in Little China, or The Thing, or Christine,
or They Live.
Or They Live. Slipknot fan. Vice Press just did an Escape from New York VHS. Yes, they did. They seem to knock that out pretty quick this time. Film Vault's releases are The Shining and Poltergeist out in July. Don't own either, so ordered them bad boys. Out in August. He's just corrected himself. So we had another video as well that was sent through. This one, as I say, it doesn't have any voiceover or anything like that. So we'll just scout through what's on the pics from.
It's a silent movie.
Alex at Optional Side Quest. So we've got another Golden Harvest one there. Conan Chronicles. A lot of people seem to love that. Mexico trilogy. I would be all in for. I would have included that in today's rundown, but I've not checked the discs out. But I do love Robert Rodriguez in the extras, but I want to check the extras out to be able to incorporate it. But we've got also Pitch Black, a Predator 3-movie collection, Alien Anthology, Clash of the Titans, which is classic.
Showdown in Little Tokyo.
Yeah. The Crow Mummy Collection and Terminator. And those were from Alex at Optional Side Quest for his picks for favourites.
Nice.
Any there that stick out to you, mister?
To be honest with you, I'd completely forgot about Showdown in Little Tokyo, but I used to quite like that. Yeah. Bit of Brandon Lee, you can never go too far wrong. It's a real shame that he's only ever going to be remembered for The Crow. Because he was an okay, fun little actor, and I think he'd have done a lot more. But yeah.
He was fine in Rapid Fire.
Yeah.
Movie wasn't the greatest, but
no,
I enjoyed it at the time. I thought it was great, but yeah, I'd have included the Mexico trilogy in my sets, but I'd feel bad about including it because I've not broke the seal on that thing yet.
Oh, dear.
So yeah, I didn't feel like I could include it, but one I could include, and another one. There was an honourable mention for one that did get repeatedly watched, which was for Kill Bill, the Japanese DVD, because it's not had a release anywhere else, and you can get it bootleg now, part of the Whole Bloody Affair cuts, but it has the all-colour version of the House of Blue Leaves and quite a few extra slices and dices in there as well. So yeah, it was well worth a watch, and it's one of my favourites because it's the only place I can see this version of Kill Bill, and I love that movie. I think it's a great movie. But one that I did think was one of the greatest ever discs was Kevin Smith's Mallrats. And again, we're back to a director that loves the craft, loves the process, and loves talking. So, of course, it's a Kevin Smith film. He's going to stack the son of a bleep with
son of a gun,
anything and everything. And the reason I picked Mallrats over the other ones is because this version, I pretty much got two movies. It had the complete two versions of the film, the original theatrical version and an all-new extended version. And it changed basically the whole opening act. Pretty much the first half hour, 40 minutes, it was just like a completely different movie. Different start point. A few of the running jokes that still remained in the original cut were sort of explained and you understood a little bit more, but it was like a whole new movie. It was stacked with extras, audio commentary wise. You got another version of this movie, and it was great. I thought it was a fun disc, and it was packed out. It got more value in discs like that back in the heyday of DVD than we seem to on a lot of discs now.
I said to you the other day, I mean, you know, in the early days where we're all very big Kevin Smith fans, and I think ultimately I prefer Kevin Smith's passion over his films. And I did say to you the other day, didn't I, that I've got the majority of his films, and I think I'm probably just going to keep Clerks, Mallrats, and Chasing Amy.
Yeah.
I think they're peak Kevin Smith, and they're kind of the ones that I go back to. I mean, Chasing Amy it's funny, but it's a solid little drama, and it's got heart and passion to it and things like that. And I just don't think he's done anything like that since.
No.
Which is a real shame because he's clearly capable of it. Tusk, though, is quite entertaining, so I'd probably keep that. That's very out there, but
I'd go Dogma over Tusk if you're keeping another one.
yeah, I'd be interested to see if we are getting a new release of Dogma.
Yeah, me too.
Yeah,
I certainly will. There's a few of others that I've really enjoyed as well. Most of them.
but like you really like Red State, and I didn't.
Yeah.
Clerks 2 was okay. Clerks 3 wasn't. Jay and Silent Bob Strike Back had its moments. Jay and Silent Bob Reboot you didn't like at all. You know, he's hit and miss, bless him.
He is. Back to comments. Nicholas Dickens. I've watched The Fog Lots and the big documentary on the original Thing DVD, Terror Takes Shape. Another great one. Slot Professor. Always felt sorry for Stephen King. I feel he gets let down a lot when films are made from his content.
Well, King always says, though, he's not worried about it, because if they make a terrible film, it doesn't matter. His book's still there.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Absolutely. Jeremy Carr. I've seen that version once, but I don't own it, unfortunately. I think that's the Kill Bill one on there.
Right.
Kill Shill, loved Kill Bill. Never got to grips with the second film, however. It is a complete tonal shift, really.
Yeah, very much so.
I think they're both great, but yeah, I think you got to be down.
Kill Bill Volume 2 has grown on me over time, whereas Kill Bill Volume 1 was just there immediately for me.
Quint Davis. Do you have the great big book on The Shining?
No, because it's £100.
Is it really?
Quint, I would love it, but I just don't have £100 to spend on a book, unfortunately.
Damn it.
Yeah, it's a lovely big Hessian thing. It's amazing looking, but just I can't spend £100 on a book.
No. Jerry Carr. Mallrats was one of my first DVDs. I think my first DVD was Wild Things.
I feel like mine was maybe... You see, I always think it was Fifth Element, but that was the very first DVD we saw in action.
Yeah, it was.
So I don't think that was the first one I picked up.
I think mine was I think it was Wild Things, and then I think I got Lost in Space very soon afterwards.
Yeah.
If I remember rightly. And I also, at the same time, got Mercury Rising on Laserdisc. If I remember rightly. Something like that, anyway.
Mercury Rising, which was originally called Simple Simon.
Oh, Simple Simon, yeah. Sorry.
And then it became Simon Says. And then they were like, oh, it's still too close to Simple Simon. So it became Mercury Rising.
To meows a lot. The Arrow release of Mallrats has an intro with Kevin Smith, maybe 10 minutes long. The intro is hilarious. I have that version, but I've not watched it yet. Not watched the intro. I need more time, man.
Is that still in cellophane, Phil?
Mallrats on 4K is great. I'd like a Chasing Amy upgrade. Me too. I'd love to see some more extras on that. I had the Criterion Laserdisc of Chasing Amy, and yeah, I thought it was pretty great. It was where Kevin Smith called out DVD for not being as great. DVD sucks, and yeah. Anyway, I made this. The Snowball Effect documentary on the Clerks disc is fantastic. Better than anything in the Mallrats sets, in my opinion, although it's a stacked disc, to be fair. And the documentary on Chasing Amy is great too.
Yeah.
Kate Redgate, I agree with Jeremy on Kevin Smith, 100%. Clerks, Mallrats, and Chasing Amy are his best films. So me, it was a lot of Dogma. 4K would be an instant buy for me too, I think. I made this. Clerks 3 was appalling on all counts. Writing, acting, direction. The filmmaking itself was diabolical. Big Jace got my Mallrats signed by Jason Mewes.
Nice.
I got a photo of me with Jason Mewes somewhere.
Yeah,
from
you worked with him, didn't you?
Worked with him, yeah. Kirk Redgate, my first DVD was Weekend at Bernie's. Jet McCarr, first DVD purchase was Howard the Duck and Clockwork Orange.
It wasn't Howard the Duck. Jeremy, stop it. Stop shoehorning the duck in.
Kill Shill, my first DVD was Showgirls, ruined my eyeballs.
You know what? I've never watched Showgirls.
No.
Everybody jokes about it. We all joke about it, and I've never watched it.
Let's do a watch along.
Yeah.
Right. Snyder, thoughts on the Hunger Games? Have you got any thoughts on the Hunger Games? Did you watch it? Did you watch it, Glenn?
Yeah, I've watched a couple of them, but yeah, not for me. Not my type of thing, to be honest. No. What about you, Phil?
I've watched the first two. I think the third and fourth films came out at a time when I was stupidly short on time. It was when I think my first kid arrived, and it just came at a time when I was missing a lot of movies. And because I'd read the books, it was just not one of those I ever went back to catch up on, because the books disappointed me. Thought the films did an okay job, but the third book just let me down a hell of a lot, so I was never in a rush to go back for the films. Maybe I should or will do one day. As my boy gets older, he'll probably want to see it or have a look at it, but yeah.
You think that, but you know, by the time he's getting ready to watch that kind of thing, there'll be a million other things that have come out.
Yeah.
And he won't want to go back.
Jeremy just pointed out something. Never seen Hunger Games. I read and saw Battle Royale way before the Hunger Games existed, so I'm a loyalist.
Loyalist, yeah. I love Battle Royale.
Slot Professor, does anyone know who owns Paramount content? I know they've been bailed out a lot. I think the streaming service will be removed soon and sent to other services. I didn't know they were in trouble.
No, I didn't, to be honest.
Interesting, because they've picked up a lot of the old Miramax titles, didn't they?
Yeah.
It's them that are releasing Scream movies and Kill Bill and Jackie Brown.
Yeah, they picked up a lot. I didn't know they were in trouble, if I'm honest.
Unless it's just the streaming service that's in trouble.
Well, the streaming service hasn't picked up a lot of subscribers, has it? But
No.
It's been kind of fairly consistent. Somebody was joking the other day about how HBO Max became Max, changed its logo to Max, then it was Max, and then it's going back to HBO Max again. And they compared it to Paramount Plus, which has kept the same logo and the same name all the way through.
Yeah.
But no, I know very few people that subscribe to Paramount Plus.
I did at one point, but I don't think the content's changed much at all since even then, since I let it go over a year ago. It doesn't seem to have many.
It's difficult when it's a studio that is just showing their own things and stuff like that. I think, to be honest, it needs to be almost like a broker, like Netflix and Prime and things that just show lots and lots of different studios rather than just their own specific one. I think they're always going to have trouble.
It's got to the point now with the Paramount Plus that I got an email through and it's like, oh, you can have Paramount Plus for a year for like 50 quid. And the price of that was what, £4 a month or something like that? It still doesn't seem worth it to me, what content there is. I think it's the weakest of all the streaming services, though. I think they had trouble with 4K content. I don't think they had any 4K content for a while. I think it was all HD and other issues and things there as well. Jeremy Carr's just added, Paramount streaming and stocks keep getting talked about in my groups on Facebook. Plus, they ban episodes from series South Park, for example, that aren't PC, even though other services like Max have them.
Yeah, you can't start doing that kind of thing. You are just going to lose the people you've already got.
Yeah, it's quite sad. I think when I had it, I watched The Offer, the Godfather making of documentary. TV show thing. That was really quite good. But then we started Yellowstone. I couldn't get into Yellowstone for the first episode, so I never went back to it. And other than that, it was the kids just hitting up Nickelodeon shows. We didn't use it for a lot at all.
Have you got a thumbnail coming up for what we've watched this week?
I can pull something up for what we watched this week. So
No, it was just off the back of you saying that. I've watched a couple of episodes of something this week, and it's just gone right off the boil. Thanks.
Shoot, we've got the intro. That's done. Let's go. What did you
There we
watch?
go. The Studio. I've watched a few more of them. Just loses it big time. It's just every episode is the same. It's just fraught, shouty, and you know going into the next episode it's going to be fraught and shouty and things like that. It's just not. The first episode I thought, okay, this is going to be fun, and it's not. It just gets frustrating. Yeah, which I'm disappointed by because it's been renewed for season 2 as well.
Yeah,
but I don't know if I'll stick it out, to be honest.
I was really looking forward to that. But one thing I did, I've not watched anything this week apart from some TV nonsense that is not worth talking about here. But while you're talking about Apple TV, I did notice that the cast for season 3 of
yes,
Shrinking.
That. Yes.
And you cast Michael J. Fox in it.
Yeah.
And I mean, my wife, she was weeping at the end of season 2 of Shrinking. And I just dread to think what she's going to be like season 3 if Michael J. Fox is in there.
Michael J. Fox in there as well.
Yeah, if the framings for this story is done in the right way, which I think it will be, I think she's just going to be an absolute mess because she's struggled through the Michael J. Fox documentary still, because it is quite it's not sad in a way. It is sad, but the way he comes across as always trying, always fighting, always trying to do better, and I think it's the inspiration that she found from him that just made her well up and things like that. So I think seeing him in a TV show, if the storyline follows that sort of thing, it's just going to destroy it.
I think any disease like that is just cruel. I mean, they might not, concentrate on that in any way, shape, or form. He might just be in and just acting in a role, and that's the end of it.
Yeah.
They might not focus on that kind of aspect. We finished season 3 of The Traitors, so that's 36 episodes, an hour long each, that we've blitzed through in under 3 weeks, I would think. Amazing show. So it's so clever and so interesting. But anyway, should we go back to topic? As people are still commenting.
Sure, go for it. What have you got to say?
What have we got to say about what?
We've got John Thompson with us. Hi, Phil and Glenn.
Hey.
Sorry, late to the party.
It's quite all right.
Welcome anyway, John.
Yeah, anytime.
Yeah, Jeremy just mentioned I had Paramount once just to check out the new Beavis and Butthead and Halo. Now, season 3 of Beavis and Butthead is going to Comedy Central instead of Paramount Plus, and Halo was no bueno. Got there. Jeremy Carr, Mythic Quest got cancelled on Apple. That was disappointing. However, Apple still has another season of Monarch, Legacy of Monsters, and For All Mankind coming.
I feel like you watched that, didn't you?
Monarch, I really liked. Yeah.
I was saying to you, what was the TV show I was talking about before we came on? The Kevin Bacon thing.
Oh, The Bondsman. Yeah.
The Bondsman. Yeah, on Prime. They've cancelled that, haven't they?
Yeah, I was going to watch that, and then I read that it was being cancelled, and it's like, no, I might as well just not bother now. I know it's going to go nowhere, so what's the point?
There's no point really getting into something for it to just end. And
I can't believe it's been out for what, 2-3 weeks, and it's like they've given up and pulled it already. At least give people chance to get sucked into that first season, and before
where's the promotion been for it?
I don't know.
To even generate any sort of interest in the first place.
Yeah.
To then just go, oh, it's been out 2 weeks and nobody's really talking about it, we'll cancel it. Well, try advertising the flipping thing.
Absolutely. I'm trying to remember where I saw an advertisement, but I think it was on another Paramount show that it was advertised. So you got to be on Prime
show. Yeah.
Jeremy Carr, any more videos from people in the chat? there aren't, Jeremy. I only had the 3 through, and your little thing there. But if people do like seeing updates from other people, we could try and do a similar topic or something else where everyone can add their 10 cents in. But if you like seeing other people, then well, I can definitely open something up so that people can pop on, and I'll put the videos up for you. No problem.
Do you have any more discs to show?
I don't know. No.
I only have one, which is the one that I thought you'd have gone for as well, to be honest.
Oh, it might have been one I considered, but then I might have thought, I bet Glenn will go for that. Oh, yes.
Beautiful set. Beautiful filmmaker. Beautiful man. Very interesting to talk to. And it was that crazy set, if I turn that around that way. It's had a lovely little pop-up thing in there as well, look, for Pan's Labyrinth, which was...
Sorry, carry on about that. I will go slightly off topic once you've... no, not off topic, but...
No. But that had loads of interviews and stuff, and it was just a really nice set. So, what was it? Pan's Labyrinth, Kronos, Devil's Backbone.
That was it.
That was it, wasn't it? Those 3, yeah.
Yeah,
but it's a lovely set.
One disc I did mean to grab off the shelf, but I'm confused about the disc. I don't know if this is a regret at getting rid of something once I've cleared out, but I nearly picked up Guillermo del Toro's Blade 2 because that had an incredible DVD set for the extras and things as well. But I can't remember if the extras were on the Blu-ray that came out. Did everything get transferred across, or was it just on that DVD?
I can't remember. I had the US import of the Blade trilogy, and I don't... Yeah, I did have extras, but I can't remember what was on it. Can't remember.
No, I can't remember if it's ported across. I need to double check. I mean, could that be a regret at getting rid of a DVD because of all the extras? But I've not noticed in all the years since I've had Blade 2 on Blu-ray, so I can't miss them that much. But yeah, Del Toro really puts the effort into his extras as well.
I mean, he's such a passionate filmmaker, and it always just comes across. And I love his films anyway. They're just a little bit out there, a little bit weirdy-beardy. And
I loved Hellboy as well. If he could have got a third Hellboy, that would have made a nice trilogy box set. The extras on those are good as well.
Yeah, I think if he was to go back to Hellboy, I think the interest would be reinvigorated. But since the David Harbour one, nobody cared about that. What was the last one? The Crooked Man thing.
Yeah.
I think that even did that go straight to DVD over here? I can't remember.
No, I think it's had a brief cinema run, but I don't think anyone actually watched it. Yeah,
right, okay.
But the guys that I worked with on that TV show last year, they did the creature effects for the Hellboy Crooked Man as well. So they were telling me a little bit of stuff from behind the scenes. And I don't think it was looking very favourable from the outset.
No, I think it had zero budget, really. I think
they had budget taken away from them as they were going.
Oh, right, okay.
From what I could make out. They didn't tell me directly, but from what I can make out, I think things were taken away when they'd already started rolling. So they tried to make the best of a bad situation. Behind the scenes snippet. Jeremy Carr asking if we're going to do the video things again, because he liked the segment. Just saying. So if we do get another subject, then if people are willing to film themselves and put their 10 cents in, then we will do that, as I say, because Jeremy likes it. So
well, not just that. I mean, we've always said the interaction is what makes this work.
Yeah.
And you more so than me, kind of when you're thinking about topics and what have you, sometimes struggle to come up with things. And I always say to you, don't worry about it, because we start on a topic, and then as soon as we start going to questions and comments and things like that, the whole live just goes off on a completely different tangent, and we end up talking about all sorts of different stuff. So I think the community thing is very important. So send in videos for whatever.
Absolutely.
Continue to send things in for this topic about films that you like and things like that. We can just do a segment within the live for it.
Could do it, ask me anything, and get people to just send their questions through.
We could. That's risky. But
is.
yeah.
Kirk Redgate, did you watch Sinners? It's good, but a bit overrated. The vampire aspect of the story wasn't all that. I loved Sinners.
Yeah, we both really liked it, to be honest.
It's one of my favourites of the year, to be fair.
Yeah. I keep describing it to people as a Deep South from Dusk Till Dawn. That's probably the best way to do it. But I thoroughly enjoyed it, and I can't wait to watch it again.
I was just about to say it's been a few weeks now, and I said I probably wasn't going to pick it up for a while because I've seen it at the cinema, but now I'm feeling like I want to watch it again already as time's gone on. So it's a good sign. Quint Davis just checked the Shining book is £78 on Amazon, which is tempting.
Still a fair old chunk, isn't it? That's the trouble.
It is. But anyway, we've been running a while now. I think we've overrun. I know I've not got everyone's comments in there, so I'm sorry. I'm sorry if I've missed comments, but I'm a little bit slow. And so we're going to be wrapping this up now. Jeremy's just said, topic idea, collection sets that can't be produced due to rights and licensing. Could do, but I'm not sure. I can't think of anything off the top of my head, but it's a consideration. But anyway, I'd like to thank you all for watching. And if Glenn has nothing else to add,
all good.
I'll leave it to it. I'll bid you farewell. I'll give you a little heart. Thank you for
watching. Oh, no, he's found a new one.
Thank you all for joining in. And I hope you've been okay on this stream. I know it's a little bit different from us moaning about physical media and collecting, but yeah, hope you enjoyed. Thank you. See you all soon.
Bye, guys.
Take care.